Hello friends, our today's question is longest substring without repeating characters. So what is given in the question? We are given a string s. We have to find the length of the longest substring without repeating characters. Okay. So like we are given an input string s and we have to find the longest substring. Okay. So substring is basically a part of the string. So we have to return a substring without repeating characters. So that part of that string should not contain any repeating characters. Okay, so if we take the look in this first example, so it is ABC and BB. Okay, so the non-repeating the longest substring like okay, so if we have A B C A B C B and B, so any part of this, like this portion is substring, this portion is substring, any part of this string is a substring. Okay, so we have to repeat, we have to return a substring, which longest substring which does not have any repeating character. So in this case, if we see this ABC, so this is the string with no repeating characters, because if we take this fourth character also, then C will be repeated two times. Okay, again sorry, it is A. So if we take this A, so again A will be repeated two times. So this is the one string with length 3, substring with length 3, which is having no repeating character. Then again ABC is also a string with the same length with no repeating characters. Okay, so if we take more than this, like if we take first four characters, if we take first four character A B C A, then A is repeated twice. Then if we take five characters, then A B, if we take any possible like B C A, so it is also 3, B C A is also 3 character substring. Okay, with no repeating character. If we take BB, so we have understood, like okay, so the same thing in this case, ABC is an answer with a length of 3. Okay, so this is the longest substring that we can get from this input string. Okay, so okay, in example 2, all the characters are same, BB. So if we take any substring having length more than 1, so it will have duplicate values, repeating characters, so its output is 1. Okay, in this third case we have PWWKEW. Okay, so in this third, it is the length of the substring is WKE. Okay, because if we take any pattern PW, its size is 2. Okay, then if we take PWW, so it is not possible. Okay, then WKEW, so again W is repeating. So if we take WKE, so this is the substring that we are getting with the maximum length of 3 characters. Okay, so we have understood the question. Now like let's look for the approach. Okay, so first foremost approach is like okay, so okay, so s is a substring, as is a string, we have to find a substring. Okay, so like we have to take apart, like okay, so if we are having this, so like if we are having this substring and if we are taking any next element in this, if we are starting from here, like okay, single character substring of length 1 is always unique. Okay, it will not have any repeating characters because this length is only 1. If we take second element, so we have to check. Okay, like okay, let's rub this. uh, okay, so like I have started with one character only, so I have taken P. Okay, now I have to take second character. Now I have to check whether this W is already present in my substring which I am taking as an answer. So it is not present, so PW will be the part of this. Okay, now so its length is 2, so we can have a variable like max length, so we can initialize it with 0, then we can change as per we iterate through our string. Okay, so what we have taken first P character, so its max length becomes 1. Okay, now we have taken W because W is also not repeated in this answer, like, or we can say substring. Okay, so its length become 2. Now we will take next, we will come to next character. Okay, so now W, now we have like okay, so we have to check this, like whether it is already present in our answer or the current string which we are taking. Okay, substring which we are taking, so yes, it is present, so this will not be the part. Okay, so now again we have to start from here. Okay, again we have to start from here and check whether okay, because this is the part of if this character is taken with these string, so it is repeated, but this can be unique in upcoming substrings. Okay, so we have to take this also now. So we what we will do, we change our answer. Okay, now it's maximum length till now is 2. Okay, now we will continue. So starting with w. Okay, we have w. Okay, now we will again check for next character k. Okay, so we have to check, now we have to check within our answer that whether k has appeared or not. Okay, so k has appeared or not, so it is not, so w k would be there, so now its length is still 2. Now we'll check for next character. Okay, so e is not in our answer, so we will add e. Now its max length become 3. Okay, now when we will take this w, so this w is already present here. Okay, so what we will do, again we will initiate our answer with the empty string, and we will add this current character. So again this is removed and we have added w. Okay, now we are at the end of the string, so what answer max length we have got is 3. Okay, so now like for every character that we are iterating through, we have to check within a some substring that we will monitor that whether that character is present in that substring. If it is not present, then we will append that character, and we will find the length of that substring, and we will update the max length. Okay, and if that character is already present in there, so what we will do, we will start from that character. Now for the next, because including that character, if it is already present in a substring, that cannot be our answer, because we want unique characters in a substring. Okay, so what we will do, that if like in this case pww, so this can never be our answer. Okay, because w is appeared twice, so whenever we encounter a duplicate character, so at that point we will start from that character only, because that character can be the initial or that potential answer for our substring, can be the part of our potential substring, answer of our potential substring. Okay, so we will include from that character. Okay, so now what we have to do now. Okay, so here we will, what we will use sliding window operation. Like we can, okay, so what we will have, we will like we have to maintain this, but if we will iterate through this string, and we will iterate to our answer to check every time whether this character has appeared in our substring or not. So every time it will take like in worst case scenario it may take n square of complexity. Okay, so we have to optimize this. So what we will do, we will maintain a map. Okay, map, or we can say hash table, or whatever is handy to you. Like you can use map also, we can use array also. So what we will use array for this solution, we will use array. Okay, so what we will do, we will create an array. Now in the question, if we go through some constraint, so it is said that as contain English letters, that is symbols and spaces, so it may contain anything. Okay, so if we see for isky value, so we have 128 isky values. Okay, so what we will do, we will create an array of 128 length. Okay, so we will have this. Okay, so for every, like what we will do, we for every character we will uh, uh, have that have its index, like every character will be mapped to its index. Okay, so we will know, like whenever we will encounter a character, okay, so we will know that at what index it was present, because like if it was present, like w was present here now, so we have to start from its next element. Like now we will check from here. Okay, like w we have encountered, and if we know that w, if w is already present, or we have encountered it at particular index, so what we will, that the next index from that if where we have previously encountered, so our answer start from the next index from that characters. Okay, like see this case now. Okay, if we have just a second. Okay, so what we have encountered w here. Now what we have to do, we have encountered w here. Now we know, like we will have some flag, like we will, for like say example, for say w will store an index of 1. Okay, so w will be mapped to 1, so we have known that w was present on first index. Okay, now we have to start from, okay, if there was a character like let's say s here. Okay, so what we have to do, like we know that w was previously encountered at one index. Now w we have encountered again, so this may be the new answer or the new substring. So what we can do, we can exclude this w and start our find for the substring from its next index, because this can be a substring. Okay, so what we will do, because the w for for current scenario, for current character that we are pointing now, for that character we cannot include in a substring because it was repeated previously. So that is why we will take the we will take substring from its next pointer. Okay, because we have to exclude this, and we are taking it from next pointer because this may be the potential solution, or this may form a substring which has the maximum length. Okay, so that is why we are in we will have every character with its index mapped to its index, and after every time we will encounter that same character, what we will do, we will start our search from the index plus one where we have previously encountered that character. Okay, so okay, so now basically let's for look for the solution. Okay, now so what we will have, first of all we will use here hash table or array we can say. Okay, of length 128 because we can any character can be there. Okay, so we will map each character with its index. Okay, now what we have to do now, max length, we will have max length that will monitor the maximum length that we have encountered for any substring. Okay, so what we will do, we will iterate this pointer, we have to iterate this string one time, so we will use r pointer here, right, and we will start from left. Okay, so we will use sliding window approach here. Okay, with left and right pointer. Okay, to create a window that will contain our answer. So what we will do now, we will check whether so okay, we are starting. So if for initially we will initialize this with -1 because we have to place this index, so we cannot initialize it with 0 because 0 is a valid index in C++. Okay, so we will initialize this array with -1. Okay, so what we will check, if its value is not -1, then we will what we will do, we will update max length. Okay, so it will be updated 1, and the value for p, let's say p value will become 0. Okay, its index will be updated for p, so it's contains 0 now. Now right pointer will be moved here, so right pointer will be here. Okay, so now what we will do, we will again check w is having -1, so again max length will be updated, so it will contain 2, and now w, its index, like let's say it's we are creating it like this, it will have 128 elements, so we cannot form all 128 element. So like checking replacing this doing this currently as a map. Okay, so w will be mapped with 1. Okay, w will be met with 1. Okay, now again, okay, so we will go to this r. Now r will be moved to next character, so r is here. Now we have checked that w is, like for w its index is not -1, its value is not -1, like, so that means we have previously found that. Okay, so now we will check, what we will check, key, the range we are considering, the range will be from left to right. Okay, because whatever the substring we are considering is between left and right, because right was here, so our substring was this, so it was between left and right with so its length was 2. Now we will check whether this w index which it is there, so it is greater than left. If it is greater than left, that means the current substring which we are considering, so that w lies in that current substring, so that we cannot take because current substring cannot contain duplicate values. Okay, so we have to check whether the string which the index which is pointed by that character is greater than left. Okay, if it is greater than left, our left pointer, that means it is coming in our current substring. Or if it is less than l, so like we have encountered it previously, so that does not matter to us, because if left is for example left is here and right is here, and the w index was 1, so currently we are considering the substring between these left and right. So if it was here, so it was not part of a substring only, so we don't have to consider that. Okay, so this we have to check. So again, like okay, so w we will check, so yes, it is already present. So what we will do, we will increment the left, we will increment the left for it for after that index. So w was encountered here, so left will be placed here. This we have discussed why we are doing this. Okay, so left will be, and its value will be updated. Okay, so its value now is 2. Now left is here, right is here. Okay, so we will check for right. Right will be incremented, so right will be here. Now k value is not, so k will be like here. Okay, so it will be contain third index. Okay, now again e, E is checked, so E is not already present, so E index will be 4. So every time at each iteration, it maximum length will be changed and updated. So it is 3 now. Again, so R is here and left is here. Okay, now again we will move R to last element or last character of our string. So it is W. So we will check whether W current, like W is having W whatever index it is pointing, it is greater than or equals to left. Yes, it is greater than or equals to left. So what we will do, we will update the value and we will start left from next index. So left will be here and we will update the value of W, so it will be 5. Now we have terminated our loop, so maximum length that remains with us is 3. Okay, so this is our approach to solve this solution. Now we will look towards its implementation. So what we will do, we will have int left is equals to 0, then we will have int n is equals to s dot length length. Then okay, so we have vec vector of int let's say index that will have 128 characters with minus 1. Okay, now let's what max length, int max length, let's say 0. Okay, so what we will do for int r is equals to 0, r is less than n, r plus plus. Okay, so what we will do, first we will check if, okay, so what we will do first, the like positive scenario when we won't have that element in our index. Okay, so what we will do, we will map its index of s of r is equals to r. So we have mapped that character with its index. Okay, and we will check for max max length is equals to max length comma r minus l plus 1. Okay, so how we are counting, this is r and this is l, so what is the difference, r minus l plus 1 will give the size of this substring. Okay, so that we are doing the same, r minus l plus 1. Okay, now this is the case where we are finding max length. Now okay, so we are now we have to check whether this particular index is in is lying between our left or between left and right. Okay, so that we will do, so we will check index s of r is greater than or equals to left. Then in that case what we will do, we will place our left pointer to index of s of r plus 1. Okay, we will start from the next character, we will return in the end, we will retu and return max length. Okay, first we will run this. What went wrong? Okay, so it is accepted. Now let's submit and check whether it run all the test cases. Yes, so it is accepted. Okay, so now what is the time complexity for this, as we are iterating this s one time of for its length, so its complexity will be capital O of n, where n will be the length of the substring, and the space complexity, as we are having constant space, we are not increasing or decreasing the space on the runtime, so its space complexity will be capital O of 1. Okay, so thank you for watching.